Okay, so I get this question asked all the time, just stuff regarding camera gear, right? So I know you guys out there might want to start a channel, maybe you already have, and I'm just pretty much going to go over everything that I use. I have 3 different cameras, and I'll tell you, tripods, mics, everything you need to know, price points. And I know I got a lot of female viewers out there. It's just expected. You got Golden State Bass on camera, you're gonna have a lot of female viewers, right? So even if you guys want to start filming some beauty videos or whatever, yeah, that's cool. This video will probably still help you with that because it's regarding the camera gear, which is pretty much the same thing. So I'll just go over everything, and you guys can pick out what works for you or whatever. I'll try to keep this video as short as I can, and yeah, let's get into it. First off, I want to start by saying I have 3 cameras. One of them, which I'm actually selling, I put up a auction on eBay just now. So if you're watching this within 7 days, it should still be up. Now, I'm not using this video to just sell that camera, but I just thought in the meantime while I'm making this video, I don't really need that camera anymore. So if one of you guys want it, you just go check the auction out, and I'll talk about that camera in a little bit, and the link will be in the description. So on my first camera that I ever got, I've had this for about 2 years. This is the Sony Action Cam HDR AS15. It was $90 refurbished on eBay. I now have like 6 batteries with it that I also got off eBay that you can get really cheap for like a couple bucks, and then get some chargers with them. Now, this comes with a waterproof housing. I took the front off to get better audio and just put rubber bands around it to make sure the camera doesn't slide out. And what that does with this camera is there's the mic in the front, and it gives you a little better audio, maybe a little better clear, maybe a little more clear of a picture because that case isn't on the front of it. But I really did my research when I got this camera, and I chose this over back then I think the Hero 3 was out. Chose it over that because these are like the 2 big cameras. Of course there's other ones, but now GoPros, I know they've maybe progressed, but I'm just gonna be honest, the audio quality is terrible. It kind of sounds like this, and it's just the audio quality is just not there. And they really did a good job with this camera to get the audio quality there. I'm not really trying to be biased. This is just stuff off reviews, and it's true, the audio quality is really good on this. With this camera, the audio is so good that if I'm fishing a frog and it's at the farthest part of my cast and a fish blows up on it, I'm gonna hear that. Now with a GoPro, you're probably not gonna hear that. That's just, like I said, I'm not trying to bash them, but something that a lot of people don't take into consideration. And I know you guys are thinking, a lot of people, I see all these people using GoPros like John B or whatever and all them, which is cool. I'm actually thinking about getting a GoPro. Some of the newer ones have good quality, but they use external mics. Without an external mic, it's just gonna sound really bad. And it's also good that they're waterproof action cams like this, so if you're fishing in the rain or something, it's a good choice for that. And I can actually screw on the tripod that I'm filming right now, and this chest mount. I guess I'll go into camera mounts. This is chest mount I got off Amazon or eBay, I can't remember, but it's just a universal screw that goes into all tripods. I can screw that on. I even put this camera on this, which it sags a little bit, and it's kind of risky because this is an expensive camera. I'll get into this one in a second, but for the majority of my, duration of my videos, I've just been using this for filming, and it works really good. So it's a Sony Action Cam HDR AS15. If you want to get a newer version, go ahead, or if you want to get a GoPro, or you already have a GoPro, I'd recommend getting an external mic, which I'll go over in a second. My second camera that I got, this is the Canon PowerShot L350 HS. I bought this new and I've had it for a little over a year. It's a great camera. I use it for like vlogging and stuff like that. Now with this camera I have 3 batteries, 1 charger, and a 16 gigabyte memory card, which does me pretty good for what I need to do. And I think this camera retails for like $170 or somewhere around there if you're interested in getting one of these. I'm sure you guys can tell, but I've just switched to this camera so you can see the audio and video difference. It's still pretty high quality, better than the audio and video quality of the action cam I have behind me. This is actually the camera I'm selling, so if you're interested in it, check the link in the description. But like I said, I'm not using this video to sell this camera. I just recommend a camera like this in general for like vlogging and stuff like that, just because it's higher quality than a GoPro or something like that. Next up, the most recent camera I've gotten, filming with it right now. It's definitely got more, as you guys can see, it's got higher quality audio. I don't know about audio. The audio is, I mean, they're all generally pretty good, but the video quality is a lot better. This camera is a little bit heavier. It's about this, I mean, I can hold it in one hand. It's about the size of my hand, maybe a little smaller. It's not like a huge, it's not like one of the huge like Canon 80Ds, right? This one I can actually fit in my pocket. Like I said, I even put it on my chest, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep doing because it's kind of risky. But that's kind of the reason I got this camera, just because it's really compact, and for its size, the price, the quality is really good. So now this camera new is, I want to say, around 400 bucks. I got it off Craigslist for a lot cheaper than that. That's one thing I recommend for you guys. I mean, cameras are one of those things, like, just from the experience from my first camera, you know, most of them last a long time, so as long as they're taken care of. So you can go ahead and buy a used one if you want to save some money, which those other cameras right there, when I say new, I actually bought them refurbished. That's another way you can go if you want to get a refurbished camera, just to cut down the price a little bit. Now the 2 camera angles I use is a tripod and a chest. Usually I go with the chest mount just because lately I've been fishing on kayaks and little boats, so the tripod, there's just no room for it. So the chest mount is great for those of you guys that do that. But when I do shore fishing, or if you go watch my old videos, I used to use a lot of tripod mounts, which is cool because you can get the hook set in there and everything. But one thing is, I gotta say, the 2 that I've had, they both broken. They don't really hold up that well. This one, I think I got off Amazon or something. One thing I would recommend, get a big one, and I don't know, just try to maybe spend a little more money on one, get a higher quality one, because the one that I'm using right now is actually broken. It'll still stand up, but this one completely just lost one of its leg extendable things, so it's useless, and it's just not very sturdy. So that's one thing that a lot of YouTubers don't use, is tripod mount, which I actually think the angle of it is really cool. So, but also go with the chest if you can, just because, you know, it's up close and personal. And actually, I almost forgot about this one, but I've also used this in the past. This is a suction cup mount, which if you're fishing on a boat, you can actually put it like on the fiberglass part of it. I'm usually talking about like a bigger bass boat, or wherever you can get this to stick. You can get some kind of cool shots with this. You just have to, I just got it off eBay. You just have to wet the suction and clamp it on, put your camera on, and yeah, there you go. This isn't, I mean, it's kind of sketchy. Make sure it doesn't fall in the water, right? Because that's almost happened to me a few times, but this is an alternative mount you can use sometimes. Alright, now into external mics. This is pretty important for a lot of you guys that have action cams with the closed case. Like I said, the GoPros really don't have that great of audio, so you're going to want to use one of these. You can just plug it into your phone. I'm not sure how other people do it. This is how I do it. Plug it into my phone and record off the voice memos. If you have an iPhone, or if not, you can you know, use another app if you have Android or whatever. Anyways, you just clip that onto there, record that onto your voice memos, and then you take that voice memo file, email it to yourself so you get it on your computer, and bam, you just kind of match it up with the video and audio, and then you get the better audio from the mic. So this is a Movo lapel. I think I got it off Amazon for like 20 bucks. I don't really use these honestly because the cameras I have, I feel like the audio quality is good. Unless it's really windy, then I'll throw this on. But other than that, you might want to go with a little higher quality one. Just up to your preference and your budget. I'm not too sure on like expensive mics because I don't have any. This is just what I use. So that pretty much wraps it up for all my camera gear. If I missed anything or you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Or if you guys want me to make a video on, I don't know, how I edit or whatever, something like that to help you guys out to get your channel started, might consider doing that. So let me know in the comments below, and stay up to date with some fishing videos that are gonna be coming soon. I'll be slaying some toads, guys. That's all for today though, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found this useful, and I'll catch you next time.